Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis, and today we're going to be talking about Xinfin or XDC, so sit back, relax, and before we fully jump on into this video, I do just want to ask guys, please leave a like on this video. It does help the channel grow immensely, and of course I always do greatly appreciate it. Now, with that being said, I do have a lot of stuff to talk about in regards to, of course, what Xinfin is really kind of focused on, some major updates as well, but for the most part, I do also want to address the idea that we have been seeing a lot of price action movement now from those lows. I told you guys that these were pretty much the area that I've been waiting for to be targeted and hit. Now, I will say this, I have not bought any down here, but this was the perfect point to buy back in, of course, February, and even during, just recently in, of course, the beginning of March. Now, with this in mind, this did hit my demand zone. It's been in my demand zone for a while. We have seen some nice price action movement, and it looks like we are now getting that, higher low support, pushed in for XDC. Now, of course, I'm still awaiting some major exchange listings. We're actually going to be talking about that in this video as well. But first off, I do also want to address some fundamentals and, of course, the technology behind XDC as a settlement token, but also the Xinfin network. So let's just jump in and let's talk about a few things. So first off, I do want to talk to you guys about this tweet real quick. So interesting, XDC is so slept on. Maybe because they don't get 10,000, percent APY dApps. Maybe because there's no JPEGs of apes, or maybe it's because of XRP vibes. The smart ones understand the $19 trillion industry XDC is disrupting. You don't need high yields to succeed long term. You need utility. And yes, it's the idea that like XDC to me, is giving me XRP 2017-2018 vibes. This is exactly why I talk to you guys about it a lot, because obviously I make daily videos on XRP. Okay, that's no question at all. But it's the idea that, back here in 2017 and 2018, everybody was just kind of saying, yeah, XRP's done, it's whatever, I'm just going to ignore it. And even during the beginning stages of 2017, everybody, just disregarded this. Look at the price that XRP was sitting at, before it started to really kind of jump out. I mean, this is like 3 cents. It jumped all the way up to like, almost 40 cents, then kind of traded sideways for a little bit, and then went to $3.84 on some exchanges. Same thing that XDC is doing. Now, like when we talk about XDC and we talk about the price chart for this, like this is great, overall, like this looks incredible, looks like great price action moves and stuff, but I am comparing XDC to XRP's price back here. I think that what, the all-time high of XDC is right now currently, which is like almost 20 cents, is the same all-time high of XRP when this hit about 40 cents. Okay, so we have a long way to go, and when I say a long way to go, it's not too much further down the road, but I believe that the price action moves on XDC is going to be absolutely parabolic, and let's talk about why. So first off, we do see here, keep this in mind, as XDC is adopted not only by trade finance but retail, I suspect something is coming sooner than later from TradeTech and Xinfin. Info below is from Accountability and Forensics in Blockchains, XDC Consensus Engine Depots 2.0. Now here we have XDC Network's greatest strengths will be this decentralized forensics system. The forensic system is a first step towards a vision where enterprises and retail users can have, as fear-free an experience as tapping a credit card while buying groceries. A trade finance ecosystem with global reach, self-sustained record-keeping, instant settlement, and forensic monitoring is the perfect system to kickstart the domino effect and force siloed monopolies on lending to compete with each other to move towards a more accommodating future. With these consensus engine enhancements, namely the advent of XDPOS 2.0, participants are ensured military-grade security augmented by forensic monitoring, incorporating Byzantine fault tolerance onto a DPoS with forensic capability, coupled with the ability to shut down malicious behavior, establishes a new height for blockchains on which to aspire. The industry is in the progressive adoption phase, and the XDC network is prepared to lead the way with Blockchain 4.0, ensuring network transactions move like water through a stream rather than a torch through a relay race, where any one party can fail Thus, the XDC network implements this forensic feature to ensure seamless cooperation. XDPOS 2.0 inherently emulates the security of traditional trade finance procedures with added accountability on a protocol level, which enables the preservation of blockchain's premier advantages, the efficiency and cost advantages of a near-instant settlement system, and it paves the way for enterprise adoption at scale. This is huge. I want you guys to realize where XDC stands in this market. It is a perfect example on why a lot of individuals like flashy, assets and networks that are, trying to market to the typical individual in this market. But when you know this technology, when you understand this technology, and when you are actually doing your own research, these utility gems are not going to be, the assets that give you a 5x return or a 10x return. These are assets that are going to net you 100x plus returns. This is also always why I say do your own research, because I can't put everything into just one video. I make daily videos because there's just so much to talk about within some of these networks. And XDC, or I should say just Xinfin, as a massive network itself, and XDC as the token that is really going to drive the success of the network, there is just so much value behind these protocols that a lot of individuals just kind of disregard and ignore. And similar to this first tweet, these networks are slept on because they are corporate sort of looking assets that are kind of boring. They don't bring a cool factor to the game, besides, of course, being the bridge for massive amounts of money. Now let's talk about those massive amounts of money. So first off, trade tech to expand trade finance distribution model after bumper funding round. Now this goes back to January, I believe, January 27th, actually, of 2021. So this is a whole year ago. But the reason why I bring this back up is because you need to focus on what they're trying to do here. So, of course, they intend to use this new funding, which comes from a consortium of U.S. technology investors, to speed up its product development as well as to expand its geographical reach. We had so far focused on the bank to capital market channel, which involves the repackaging of open account instruments into fungible notes, such as they can be sold to pension funds, insurance companies, and the likes, of even banks and financial institutions and stuff like that. Now also, TradeTech will now service the bank-to-bank channel, distributing letters of credit, from one bank to another, for example, as well as move into credit insurance distribution. This involves largely the same workflow process, but the seller banks now face an insurance carrier. The idea is to have a one-stop shop for trade finance distribution across all relevant channels and all relevant products, instead of artificially segregating these markets, as is the case today. Now we do see here, with the global trade finance gap expected to widen as a result of the impact of COVID-19 pandemic and the incoming Basel IV rules, which mandate even higher capital requirements for banks, opening up additional resources or sources of funding will be vital to increase capacity in the bank intermediated market. You got to understand that this is focused on the banks. This is going to be huge. TradeTech says that its solution allows for efficient and scalable distribution to other banks, credit issuers, and capital market participants, while reducing the cost associated with the execution of these financial transactions. Trade finance distribution is more than just allowing banks and investors to transact assets. It is about fundamentally transforming the way trade finance divisions and the wider global trade ecosystem operate. This is huge. I want you all to realize that even down at the bottom here, we do see, that the coming months we'll see TradeTech onboard what he calls leading trade finance players that he is not yet able to name, but which he says includes a number of banks along with a credit issuer. Now this brings me to my next discussion with TradeTech. So we do see dropping this here, since R3 don't have Xinfin on their website no more, $5 trillion a day market according to Xinfin Bridge. Now TradeTech is a $19 trillion, they're going after a $19 trillion market. But what about this $5 trillion a day market on Corda? And again, we do see technology partner FinTech, or this is in terms of the FinTech area with Xinfin. And we do see, Xinfin Network runs on Know Your Customer enforced delegated proof-of-stake governance-driven masternodes, making it the most suitable and enterprise-friendly public network for financial instruments A $5 trillion a day market. Corda to Xinfin bridge to be released soon relays limited set of data, financial contracts, and transactions on to Xinfin public network, providing greater liquidity. Now, what I want to show you guys with this goes back to that massive bridge just from the other day that I talked to you guys about, that DASL. That is the bridge that I believe that they were talking about here. Now, this is no longer on the website, but when we are talking about these major bridges, this goes back to this tweet as well. XDC Blink is integrated with DASL, developed by Lab 577, which is the leading global digital asset liquidity network for issuers, investors, financial institutions, brokers, and administrators, built on Corda. This is the major $5 trillion a day connection here. And of course, using BCB's proprietary technology, Blink enables participants to settle instantly in any of the currencies supported, free of charge. And again, this ecosystem enables 24/7 immediate clearing, reduced operational and settlement risk, simplifies inter-counterparty settlement reconciliation, and has no cutoff times and addresses scalability issues inherent to blockchain networks. This is massive. And again, this is all interconnected through a massive network, connection, if you will. This goes back to this. I believe I just showed you guys this sort of connection in a video from a couple days ago. It was when I just uploaded a video on XDC, but this is DSL. R3 Corda now has a bridge to public blockchains with the arrival of Ethereum-based XDC. XDC is the bridge. XDC will be key for all of this. Here you guys have the overall schematics of this. This is huge, okay? And here you have XDC being that bridge with DSL to everything. This talks about, the bridge between everything in terms of, trade finance. We're talking about banking APIs, permission DLTs, custodians, all of this. This is huge. This is massive amounts of money as well. And, you guys can do the math. I mean, $5 trillion a day. I mean, this is huge. This is absolutely massive. And like I said, when we are talking about this, this is exactly why you need to do your own research, because everyone is still ignoring XDC. We even see here, ignore XDC at your own risk. And this has come from Andre Kasserman. There is one thing that is specific Layer 1 blockchain achieves that no other blockchain can. You will all discover soon and be able to engage. March 2022 will be remembered by trade finance bankers thanks to TFD Initiative Trade Tech Stack talking about utility. There you go. This is a huge tweet because this is telling us what is about to happen. I don't know the announcement that's coming from this, but I'm very, very excited to see what actually arises from this. Andre Kasserman is a huge key piece of the puzzle. I've always talked to you guys about him because he is such a massive giant within this area of expertise. And when we are talking about trade finance being a $19 trillion market, combined with the Corda $5 trillion a day market, I mean, things are going to change rapidly for XDC as a token, but also as Xinfin. I mean, Xinfin's going to expand so massively as a network. So, with all that in mind, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on if you guys want more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As always, I hope that you all have a beautiful day or a beautiful night wherever you guys are in this beautiful world. It's been Nick. Peace out, guys.